Yo, what is good YouTube? Matty Dubs here, back with another video, guys, and we have some breaking news, notes, highlights, observations from another day here in Kansas City for Chiefs training camp. A bunch of things that I want to go over, including another surprising starter in yesterday's practice. So we're going to go over all of that in this video, so make sure you guys stick around. However, before we jump into all the details, do me a big favor, guys, and smash that like button just so we can help the video get out to more Chiefs fans. But also subscribe to the channel if you're new. Join the family. I will be covering the entirety of the offseason, including signings, trades, training camp, preseason, regular season, as well as streaming games as well. So if you guys want to watch some Chiefs games with me live throughout the season, make sure you guys join the family. But without any further ado, let's jump into today's video. Now, the number one thing I took note of this practice was another surprising starter. Was Boye Doe was working as an outside cornerback in the first team defense alongside a guy like Joshua Williams, who actually had a very good day. I believe he had an interception. And then you have Trent McDuffie, who was in the slot. Now, when you look at this cornerback room right now, you got L'Jarius Sneed, you got Jalen Watson, Trent McDuffie, Nick Jones, you got Chamari Connor, who's actually more of a safety, DiCaprio Boodle, Reese Taylor. So you got a bunch of guys right now, but it seems like Iko Boye Doe is a guy who they really want to continue to give reps to because he's been showing out so far in camp. So we'll see if he can continue to be one of the starting cornerbacks on this roster throughout the next couple of days here at camp. Now, another thing I took note of, the Mike linebacker was actually Nick Bolton. And then Drew Tranquil was running with the 2s and the 3s. So we'll see if Drew Tranquil can start to earn a little bit more of a nod with this first team defense going over the next few days here. But overall, a good practice here for the Chiefs. We saw Wanya Morris, the right tackle, with the starters, which was something that surprised me a little bit. Obviously, you have Jawan Taylor, but we saw a lot of Wanya Morris, left tackle, move to right tackle. So we'll see if he continues to get some work with the stars over the next couple of days. I doubt it once they're fully healthy, but he is a player that they've loved seeing so far. When we'll see how that continues to work. Now, we saw a lot at the tight end position. Matt Bushman is actually getting a lot of good reps here. Noah Gray's been getting a lot of good reps here, which unfortunately is pushing back a guy like Jody Fortson on the roster. So he might be on the roster bubble this season, but I feel like he could make it just because he's got a lot of versatility as a receiver, a tight end. So he could end up still making the roster, but there's a lot of tight ends that are doing a pretty good job so far with Patrick Mahomes. Now, another thing to take note of was Rashee Rice getting some more first-team reps. He got a wide-open touchdown, went down the backside and just found a lane, got wide open, and then Patrick Mahomes found him early. So I think his versatility is something that he's been showing consistently on a daily basis that could force him into an immediate role here with the Chiefs going into next season as a rookie. So that's pretty impressive. I mean, when you look at the wide receivers, you got MVS and Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore, Rashee Rice, Richie James, Justin Ross. So right now, I think if Kadarius Toney was healthy, we wouldn't probably see as much as Rashee Rice in the starting lineup, but listen, that's how it happened. He's here, and he's making the most of his reps right now. So that is definitely a good thing to note. We also see rookie defensive tackle Keandre Coburn projects to be one of the main nose tackles on this team going into next year. Obviously, you have Derek Nadi, but Keandre Coburn is a 6th-round draft pick who they've loved what they've seen from him so far. So I wouldn't be too surprised if he comes in because of his versatility, offers him to get more reps at a couple of different positions on the interior of the defensive line. So I think he could be someone that gets a good amount of playing time. MVS and Justin Ross were the only wideouts on the team that wasn't used for pre-snap motion. So basically, we saw a lot of Justin Ross, Sky Moore, Rashee Rice, Richie James being moved in and out of different positions, pre-snap. So that is something to take note of. I feel like Sky Moore's a guy who they might even experiment going into the backfield a little bit, using as a scat back, especially if Jerick McKinnon isn't available. I feel like Sky Moore could be very good. And then obviously, Deneric Prince has been absolutely outstanding so far here in Chiefs camp. We'll see if he can continue to do that, but so far he looks like he's the number 2, maybe the number 3 running back on this roster behind Isaiah Pacheco and Jerick McKinnon. But again, another good day here for the Chiefs. They're starting to really ramp it up here as preseason is right around the corner this week. I think Thursday or Friday, I think the Chiefs play. Maybe I'm wrong, but they might play Sunday actually. But guys, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, join the family. Let me know in the comment section down below who is one player on this roster that you think could absolutely break out for them next year. If you ask me, I think a guy like we just talked about him. I think if Boye Doe can actually make this team, I think he could surprise a lot of people come regular season time. I mean, if he's getting starting reps now, I feel like he could be someone that, maybe get some playing time later on down the line if he continues to play like this and he can stay healthy and, make the team. Offensively, I think Sky Moore is going to have an incredible season. I think last year he was a little bit underwhelming at times, but then he started to really ramp it up towards the end of the season, and I think they really want to, start to use him the right way again this year, especially now that Juju and Miko Harmon are gone. I think this is a big year for Sky Moore to really start to develop some chemistry with Patrick Mahomes. With that being said, guys, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications so you're notified every time we go live for a game, every time we post a video, and also check out today's sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. If you guys like Underdog or play fantasy at all, check out Underdog Fantasy. It is insane. You just have to draft your team, and it does everything for you. It's so unique and so first of its kind. So go check it out if you haven't already done so. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Peace. This video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. And if you love playing fantasy sports like football, basketball, baseball, and so many other sports, but also love being able to win money, you're going to want to stick around for this whole segment. Introducing Underdog Fantasy, the ultimate platform for fantasy sports lovers. Do you want to experience the thrill of drafting your team and competing for huge prizes? Well, look no further. With Underdog Fantasy, you get access to a wide range of fantasy sports, including football, basketball, baseball, and so much more. But here's what makes Underdog Fantasy stand out from all of those other apps. They've got quick and user-friendly drafting process, a unique and exciting game formats, fair and competitive contests for all skill levels, and attractive bonuses and promotions. Not only can you draft teams and compete with others, but you can also play a game of higher and lower, which is personally my favorite thing to do on there, but you can potentially win 20 times the money you put down. And if you use code MattyDubs when you sign up, Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. And what that means is basically when you deposit, let's say $100, they'll give you a free $100 to use and play with. Click the link in the description to get started, or head to the website right now to start dominating the fantasy world. And don't miss out on all the fun. Be a part of the Underdog community starting now. And don't forget, if you use code MattyDubs, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. Let's get started. Get into drafts with me starting today.